In the last episode, Ushio and Tora saved the lives of Kagari and Raishin. In this episode, some of the temple seniors get mad at their people because they could not bring Beast to spear. Just then, the head priest Nigeria comes back and he realizes that they have caused some trouble in his absence. He starts yelling at them because to protect the beast spear and nurture those who wield it, this is the secret teaching of their sect. So, they have been trained for possible successes according to those teachings. Now, Oikum also knows about it. That's why she's angry. After this, we see a flashback where Oikum tells him that Beast Spear selects its wielder, so Ushio may be the chosen one because he can wield the Beast Spear. So Oikum explains Nigeria. We cannot interfere in that. Then she tells as one of the Oikum who have faced Hakuman for generations, this is my order. Now, Nigeria orders people together because they have decided to monitor Ushio as possible inheritor of the Beast Spear. On the other hand, Ushio and Tora come to Hot Spring because Kagari and Raishin have told them that this place is good for healing. That's when Ushio feels that someone is here other than them. So he goes to check where a beautiful girl named Saya was also taking a bath in the spring. Just then, Saya also sees them. Seeing this, Ushio says sorry, but she immediately runs away from there. Then Tora tells Ushio that the girl is not normal. Saya comes to her house where his father Teiki was getting angry because of being late. Then we learn that Saya's family does not allow her to go out for long. After this, Saya's father and grandmother come inside a room with her where there was a barrier. Now grandmother tells Saya to console their household god. After this, Saya comes to Omamori, the one who has been imprisoned here for a long time and was not allowed to go out. Omamori gets a smell of a strange human and monster from her body. Saya panics on hearing this, but Omamori says perhaps they will help you and me leaving this place. The next day, Ushio and Tora come out where Saya also came today. Suddenly, Saya is about to fall in front of a car, but Ushio saves her. Then the shopkeeper tells that this girl is from Takatari household and they own most of the land around here. After this, Ushio starts carrying Saya to her house. Then Saya tells him that sometimes I start to feel that I'll faint. Now Ushio apologizes for yesterday's incident. Then Saya says, I'm fine now, so you can put me down. That's when Ushio learns that Saya can see Tora too. Then Saya tells that I am from the bloodline of the white-haired ones, who can see the world of Ayakashi and hear their voices. Now Ushio tells Saya about himself and carries her to her house. On the other hand, Taiki was thinking that as long as we continue to worship Omamori, our Tekateri household will continue to remain prosperous. Here Ushio has brought Saya to her house, but Saya wanted to talk to him about something. Just then Teiki comes and gets angry at Saya because every time she faints or have to be carried home, it affects his reputation. Also, her grandmother says, do you want to die young like your mother and cause us even more problems? Hearing this, Ushio gets angry. To this, Teiki says, you should have just taken your money and left by now. This makes Ushio even more angry, but Saya stops him and asks Teiki for half an hour's time because she wanted to talk to Ushio about something. After this, Teiki agrees to it, but now he had noticed Beast Spear. Ushio asks, what do you want to talk about? Then Saya starts telling him that my mother died when I was very young. Then we see a flashback of her mother. She was telling Saya that our duty is to act as intermediaries between humans and yokai and help them get along. Now, Saya tells Ushio that reality was totally different because her mother was a tool used to protect his household's fortune. And I never saw my parents speak to each other. My mother was trapped here in this household for the sole purpose of protecting it and eventually died. Now Saya asks Ushio, have you ever heard this story? Where it dwells will be blessed with fortune and power, but where it leaves, disaster and poverty shall follow. Now Ushio starts to understand something. After this, Saya tells that this household succeeded in trapping a god and that god is Omamori. Saya says my task is to console Omamori. Omamori's real name is Zashi Kivarashi. Now Tora looks at the barrier and says that it is very powerful, but Omamori knows Tora. Ushio is shocked to learn this. Then Tora says, I was once trapped just like you are now. Omamori then says that I have been here for a long time and I would like to leave. Omamori requests them to destroy the barrier. On the other hand, Teiki remembers Omamori's words, one bearing a spear will arrive and set me free. Now Ushio asks, you brought me here to destroy this barrier? Then Omamori says, you have the power to do so, but Tora warns Omamori because when the barrier will be destroyed, a massive wave of energy from outside will hit the house and it will wipe her out. Saya gets angry at Omamori after learning this because she didn't tell her about it. Then Omamori says, for 200 years I have been consoled by many white haired women, but now I have had enough because I do not want to watch you die too. Just then, Teki tries to attack on Ushio because he has understood that Ushio wants to destroy the barrier. But Teki will not let this happen because ever since his ancestors trapped Omamori in this barrier, his family has been blessed with good fortune and prosperity. Ushio gets angry on this and attacks him. Now Saya wants to stop Omamori because she will die as soon as the barrier is broken. Now Tora also wants to free Omamori because she is also imprisoned here like him. After this, Ushio goes to destroy the barrier, but Saya comes in front of him and stops him from breaking the barrier because she didn't want to see Omamori die. Just then, Teiki with his men captures Ushio. After this, Teiki goes to attack him, but Tora stops him and comes inside the barrier himself because he wants to protect Omamori. But Ushio still can't do anything because Saya was standing in front of him, and her family also forbids her to move. But now, Saya starts remembering her mother. Are you content with that being your life? Hearing this, Saya tells family that now this household has prospered enough, so let us free her. Saya then moves away and Ushio destroys the barrier. Now, because of this, a powerful wave of energy comes here, but Tora and Ushio save everyone. After this, Omamori becomes free, but now Saya's family was not happy with this. Tora asks Omamori, what are you going to do from now on? Then Omamori says, I was proved that the white haired women lived, so it is clear where I must go next. And I will not forget this favor. After this, Ushio also says goodbye to Saya and leaves with Tora. In the next scene, Nakamura has a dream, and this is from when she was in third grade, and a boy was carrying her. But Nakamura has a feeling that this person was always covered in scratches because he was always helping others. But Nakamura doesn't understand why she is getting this dream. But she was also angry at Ushio because he has disappeared without informing her. On the other hand, Inu's father brought a mirror which was actually a Chinese antique. Suddenly, Inu feels vibration in it, but she doesn't pay much attention to it and goes to school with Nakamura. During this, she tells Nakamura also about that mirror. Then both of them start talking about their childhood memories. Nakamura starts remembering about Ushio and gets sad because he had not met her for a long time. However, Nakamura acts in such a way that she doesn't care about Ushio. Now, Nakamura is depressed all day at school, but if anyone talks about Ushio, she gets angry at them. Also, the rest of the boys seem calm without Ushio. Seeing this, Inu decides to take Nakamura to Ushio's house with her. Now both of them come to Ushio's house and ask his father why Ushio is not coming to school. Then Ushio's father says that a distant relative needed a favor, so I sent him on my behalf, but you don't need to worry about that. On this, Nakamura says that I am not worried about him and starts getting angry. Seeing this, Inu comes to her. Then Nakamura says that he could have told us before he left. On the other hand, Ushio feels that someone is talking about him. Both of them were at Kagari and Raishin's house. After this, Ushio has dinner with them. Now Raishin says, you should stay here for some more days, but Ushio had decided to leave tomorrow because he has to go to Hokkaido also. After this, Ushio was standing near the pool where suddenly there is some vibration in it, and now Ushio sees Nakamura in it, who seemed worried about something. But after that, everything disappeared. Now, Ushio immediately comes to Tora, Kagri, and Raishan and asks, how can I hear the voice of things that appear in water? Now, Raishan understands that this is related to the water mirror. So, Raishan and Kagri take him to the mirror expert who lived in a cave on top of a mountain, hoping that he may give an answer to this. After this, Raishan starts calling Mirror Expert. Now, hearing his voice, Mirror Expert comes out, but as he sees the beast disappear, he gets scared and immediately starts running away. Seeing this, Raishan explains to him that Ushio has not come to kill you, but Mirror Expert was not convinced. Suddenly, Tora grabs him. Now, seeing him, the Mirror Expert gets ready to listen to him. Ushio asks him, what is the meaning of what I saw in the water mirror? Then Mirror Expert takes them back to some time. Now everyone sees the Nakamura came to Inu's house, where she starts looking at the old mirror. Then Inu notices that the mirror has been moved because before this, the mirror was facing the other side. After that, both get busy with their work, but actually, this mirror was a demon mirror who wanted to take them to his world. Inu thinks Nakamura is thinking about Ushio, so she starts talking about summer vacation of 3rd grade when both did a handicraft project together, but a dog ran away with their project. After which, Nakamura sought help from Ushio, but it felt that Ushio did not care while Ushio went in front of the dog to take the project. Just then, Nakamura had also come searching for him. Seeing Nakamura, the dog went to attack her, but Ushio saved her. After that, the dog ran away. Now Ushio starts carrying Nakamura from here, and she actually saw the scene in the dream. Suddenly, there is a vibration in the mirror, and both get scared seeing this. Then a monster comes from inside, and Inu rushes to save Nakamura. After this, the monster takes her inside the mirror with him, and Nakamura was unable to do anything. Mirror expert tells that this is related to the mirror demon because long ago a woman cheated on some men and he created it using evil methods. Now, Ushio decides to save Inu. Then the mirror expert tells that you have to go inside the mirror and defeat him. But mirror expert also warns Ushio and says that my powers last as long as water takes to boil. So, you need to come before it. Otherwise, you will be trapped inside the mirror forever. Ushio and Tora then go inside the mirror where they see the light from where both of them come to Inu's room. Now Ushio asks Nakamura to put the mirror down, but Nakamura was unable to recognize Ushio. She then puts the mirror down, but she also comes inside with them because Inu has always protected her, so now she wants to protect Inu. Nakamura tells Tora that I have seen you somewhere, but Nakamura still doesn't know Ushio's identity. After this, all three come in front of the mirror demon, where he had naked Inu. Seeing this, they get very angry at him. But now, the mirror demon transforms himself and attacks them. However, Tora stops its attack. Now he was very angry, but they did not have much time. So Ushio attacks the mirror demon with full power, after which the mirror demon gets destroyed, and thus Ushio and Tora save Inu. After this, Ushio comes out with Nakamura and Tora with Inu. Today, Nakamura also gets to know about Ushio's identity and is glad that he has saved her. Now, Ushio says that I'll be home soon and returns with Tora, and the episode ends here.